Here with the WBC Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Sebastian Fundora, getting ready to defend that title against Keith Thurman, former welterweight champ, October 25th in Vegas. First off, Sebastian, how you doing?
Good, good. I'm feeling good. Feeling happy.
Well, let me ask you, man, how much do you feel like you've grown in quality as a champion, and in what dimensions?
Uh, I think it's just a lot of maturity, Whether I was a champion or not, I think now that we're 27, I mean, everything's lined up good for us, but uh, there's a lot of growth in just that. I've always felt we were strong. I always felt that we were fast enough. All these things. It's just now putting it together at the right time.
Well, in other sports, they'll say as you get more experience, it's like things slow down. Is that in effect at all? Yeah. What's going better?
Yeah, yeah. I guess everything slows down, but it's because yeah, everything makes sense. Everything makes sense. You just recognize everything a lot faster. You know what to expect.
So it's like the timing, the distance, the IQ. It's just that is
Right,
that
yeah.
is that a good way to put it?
Everything. Yeah, because again, it's just the experience of been there, done that.
Well, do you feel like you're starting to get your proper respect a little bit?
Yeah, yeah. It's coming. It's coming.
Is that what you're out for? I mean, not so much like you care what other people think, but at the same time, is that what you're out for, your respect?
You know what? Those things don't bother me at all no more. Maybe when I was a bit younger, 22, 21, uh, I would want people to notice me in certain ways or notice me in a different light. But I'm a world champion now. If there's anything to prove now, it's just me keeping the belt. But again, it's just I'm just fighting for me, fighting for my father. We work very hard, and we're just gonna go out there and do what we've been training for.
So would your biggest motivation is representing your family, right? Or is it being a champion, or for a lot of people it's money? What would you say is number one?
I think it's just for me, just for me. All these fights now, my goal was to become world champion. Now I'm world champion. I even became unified world champion. But now it's just to have fun, have fun. And we have great names in the division, so I think there's gonna be a lot of fun for these next coming years.
Yeah, it's a great division, but let's go back to your last fight, the rematch with Tim Tszyu. That last round, man, I think it's a round of the year candidate. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we gotta give props to Tszyu for going broke in a way that you usually won't see a fighter just go for broke the way he did. You endured his best punches of the fight, and then you finished him in the corner to end the fight. Can you please go back to that moment, that round, and kind of take me through it?
Yeah, it's just you know, it, I feel like that fight's like every other Fundora fight. These guys go and try, and then it just a bigger name like Sue. But I felt with that first fight we could have done it too. There were just some things lacking, especially coming off of that loss. But coming into that second fight, we had to prove it for sure, and it was not to prove to anybody but myself. A lot of people feel like you have to prove to the fans, and the fans don't mention anything, but that fight was definitely to prove to myself that I get this guy out of here.
Do you think in this next fight, Keith Thurman goes the distance?
I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
How many rounds do you give him?
But that's just I can't tell you rounds, but it's just the way we work. My sister's fighting this weekend. I don't think the girl's gonna last with this Gabriella either. So it's just the way we train. That's what we want to display. We want to display violence. We want to hurt them, but that's that's just how we train.
Yeah, I gotta ask her how many rounds Thurman then, because she said that Zoo wouldn't go as many rounds in the rematch as he did. So she may
Yeah.
have the answer for that, but
She's the boisterous one for me. Well, when she fights, I'll talk all the crap.
yeah, you got vice versa, right?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly, exactly.
I think you guys are you guys keep to yourself. You're the Fundora family, very close, but you guys seem like you're deep thinkers too. How do you balance being who you are outside the ring and then enjoying inflicting punishment in the ring? It's a point of emphasis in the Fundora camp, to inflict punishment.
It's just something we train for. My dad has yeah, we have this way of training that he has us do, and it's just that, that's the main focus, because this is the hurting business. We gotta hurt. If you want to win, you gotta hurt this guy. You gotta hurt that girl, and just the main focus.
Are you outside of that ring and that prefer? What would you characterize yourself as? A nice guy, even gentle, gentleman? What would you characterize it at?
Outside the ring,
Yes.
yeah, of course, a gentleman. Yeah, just respectful. You gotta be respectful. These things matter. We're all human. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. I'll go in there in the ring and I'll try to break your face, but outside the ring, there's no point for that.
You any Harvard courses incoming?
Right now, I'm focused on boxing. So there's a lots of decisions to be made. But I got a big fight coming up, and again, this has been something I've been working my whole life for. I can't just throw that away.
Yeah. And Thurman, he's an athletic fighter. You're gonna have a huge reach and size, but he's a guy kind of like Zoo was able to when he went for broke in that last round. He has the athleticism to jump in with shots and be accurate. Do you think that's, among the most important things you have to prepare for, and just how do you size him up?
I think it's just his experience. But I don't see that as a problem. I don't see anything Thurman brings in a problem. But he's an exciting fighter, and I do think he's gonna come with his best. When I mention on fight week to all these fighters, I hope they come in their best. A lot of them do not come with their best, that's what I think. But I do think Thurman is gonna be one of those guys that's gonna try everything in his book to win.
How difficult of a fight do you think he'll give you?
I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think he's gonna bring his best. Again, we don't plan on losing, but it should be it no, should be good. Should be a banger.
He talks a lot, and you smile. So I ask you, has anyone ever pissed you off in boxing?
No, no, no. There was one time in LA, we fought a guy named Donnie Marshall. He was an undefeated fighter from I think Georgia or North Carolina. And we extended our hand to shake his hand, and he didn't shake it. And it didn't make me mad, but again, I smiled. I was like, "Oh man, this is good for TV." So it makes that WWE type of mind entertainment. I think he brings that Booker T type of mindset. Where and it just makes me look more like a good guy. So it's good for TV. And it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I told Xander Zayas after he won the title you vacated. Remember he went to your press conference after Booker, and I
Right.
said, "Hey man, Fundora says he wants his title back." And then Xander goes, "Well, he shouldn't have gave it up in the first place." What's your response to Xander's statement?
I never gave it up. I never gave it up. The WBO just took it away. I defended it with the number four WBO, and then they demand all these things right away. So, you know, uh, Puerto Rican sanction for a Puerto Rican fighter, it makes sense. That's fine. I'm pretty sure we're gonna cross paths again in the future. Uh, I say no to no. I say yes to everybody. So I think a fight with him will be great.
You anxious to unify? I know you're not an anxious guy, but you anxious to unify?
Yeah. Nah, not anymore. I don't really care for that. I love all the big names. Love all the big names. But if they come with no belt, I could care less.
But you did once say you wanted to be undisputed. Is that changed?
I did. I did. I did, but I changed my mind. The older I get, the more you see these different things in boxing, and you're just like, you know what? I'll just take this path, and I'm fine with it.
Well, if you did have it your way, and I know you're very much I'm the fighter. I trust my team. I fight who they put in front. But if you had it your way, who's the other big name that you'd fight?
I think I'm the big name, so everybody should fight me. But there's all kinds of names. There's all kinds of names. Maybe in that world, but we're not living in a fake world. We live in the real world. So I'll leave that to Samson and Tom Brown and all those guys, those big wigs.
I'm like, come on, man. There's gotta be some Vergil Ortiz. There gotta be someone you
Oh,
want
there's
to.
all those names. All those names are great. I'll fight all those names, but if they ever become, if that fight ever becomes, I'll fight them.
Ortiz has that fight coming up with Lubin, who you fought and stopped. What do you think Ortiz wins that fight?
Yeah, I see like a 60-40, but a lot of people are counting on Lubin. Great southpaw fighter. We'll see how he comes in this one. He stopped Holmes, tall southpaw.
Hmm.
I mean, he's not Fundora, but he got the job done there. So, let's see how he prepares for this fight. But Vergil's a great fighter. I think he'll win.
Yeah, and I think maybe people are counting Lubin out because of the fight he had with you and what that fight may have done to him.
Yeah, yeah. There's another fight that they quit in the corner. But again, let's not pay attention to those things. Those things, Fondora's just tall guy. He just, and he
Is
just, he's just another guy. Yeah, he did, just, or whatever. He just going to Harvard and he doesn't care about boxing. Let's talk about the main guys in this division, Virgil and Lubin, and how great of a fight that's going to be.
I see a chip on the shoulder when you say that, man. Yeah.
Nah, it's not. It's not. It's not
No, a
Chip. It's
good
not.
one.
It's not Chip. It's just it's a. I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think it's gonna be a good fight. I don't take nothing from Lubin. That's what I mean. I don't take nothing from Lubin. This is another fight. He's not fighting a 6'6" southpaw. So he's fighting Vergil Ortiz, aggressive fighter, strong fighter. But Lubin's been at 154 for a while. And there's nothing to take away from him. He's been in there with the best, and he's fighting another best. He could be on top this time.
Yeah, I didn't take it as anything disparaging to the other 54s. I just took it as, yeah, go ahead, keep talking about these other guys and just keep sleeping on Fundora. Is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
is Fundora gonna make Thurman stop on the stool?
Who knows? Who knows? But we do plan on winning this fight. Again, I'm not one to talk too much, but it should be very exciting.